Well, still,
Every now and then, someone truly special comes into your life, someone who opens your heart and helps you see things in a different light. Steve and Sandra Demme experienced this similar feeling when they had their son, John, who works at the warehouse for Demme Learning, the family-owned business.
When Johnny was born, it came as a total surprise. But when we discovered he had Down syndrome, I didn't even know what to do with that. I didn't know how to process it. When he was having his open heart surgery, when he was just a baby, and we were taking different shifts, and that little guy has all these tubes and stuff, and it was right before his surgery, and he was lying on my chest, and he was small because he only gained 1 pound the first year. And he looked up at me, and I just thought, that little guy needs me. So he and I became buddies then.
Even after adjusting to this new way of life, the Demme family continued to face hardships.
His challenges are communication. He doesn't speak, some words he speaks quite clearly, but most words he doesn't. And yet he understands almost everything you say. And that's hard because we judge people by their ability to communicate back. So I have to remember that John takes in almost everything that we say.
And people don't realize that. So watching him from a mother's perspective have to struggle with that has been a little hard.
While it might be a challenge for John to articulate his own voice, both of his parents were quick to represent him as well as help him adapt to finding his own means of expression.
One of the very encouraging times is when I have spoken at this conference in the Midwest several times, and I came back a year or so later, and there was a young mom, and she was pushing in her stroller, and I could see that the child had Down syndrome. And I said, "How are you doing?" And she says, "I'm doing wonderful." She said, "My husband and I have heard you speak, and he's looking forward to developing a relationship with our baby like you have with your son." And I'm just about to cry just telling you that. Yeah, that was worth a lot.
By having to use less traditional means to engage with others, the way John uses his voice is impacting those around him.
He adds a lot of just brightness and light and positivity to my life, being with us. So I get to meet a lot of goodness in the human life around us that I normally wouldn't run across.
The biggest challenge that I had was dads like to fix stuff. And I'm never going to be able to change Johnny's chromosome count. And the longer I know him, I'm not sure I want to anyway. He is great just the way he is, and he's been a gift to our family. I think if you just get to know people with special needs, it helps you to develop compassion and empathy.
Regardless of who gets to know John or doesn't, he'll always have his family.
My wife said last night when she says, "I like us," because we're a team.
From Hempfield Happenings, I'm Riley Wilton.